In this special video, we're diving into an inspiring narrative that shines a spotlight on the incredible resilience, strength, and wisdom of people over 70. You might be surprised to learn how their experiences can teach us profound lessons about life, love, and independence. As we journey through this story, you'll find that the key to a fulfilling life isn't just about age, but about how we choose to live it, especially in the face of societal expectations. Meet Mr. Henry, a 72-year-old, retired school teacher who has always been the cornerstone of his family. After the passing of his beloved wife, he found himself at a crossroads. The house that once echoed with laughter now felt eerily silent. His children, concerned for his well-being, urged him to move closer to them. "Dad, we want you to live with us. It will be so much better for you," they insisted, believing they were acting out of love. The idea, while comforting on the surface, began to weigh heavily on his heart. How could he disrupt the life they had built, the routines they cherished, all for the sake of his comfort? It was one particular evening, as Henry sat alone in his living room. He noticed the shadows dancing on the wall, reminiscent of days filled with joy and companionship. The memories flooded back family dinners, birthday celebrations, and the simple pleasure of sharing stories around the fireplace. Yet now the emptiness loomed, a poignant reminder of what had been lost. With a sigh, he picked up his old guitar, the one his wife had given him on their anniversary. Strumming the strings, melodies filled the air, and for a moment, he felt her presence beside him, encouraging him to embrace the music of life once more. Psychologists often emphasize the importance of maintaining autonomy in older age, and Henry was beginning to understand this concept deeply. While he loved his children dearly, the thought of losing his independence was daunting. He recalled a saying from philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." This resonated with him as he contemplated his purpose. What was his why? He realized it was not just about existing. It was about living with intention, pursuing passions, and nurturing connections that brought him joy. As the days turned into weeks, Henry found himself grappling with an internal conflict. The love from his children was undeniable, yet he felt a growing sense of obligation that threatened to stifle his spirit. He had spent a lifetime nurturing his family, but now he yearned for the freedom to explore his own interests. It was during these reflections that he began to jot down his thoughts in a journal, a practice he had long abandoned. Writing became a therapeutic outlet, allowing him to articulate his fears, hopes, and dreams. One day, as he flipped through the pages, he stumbled upon a long-forgotten dream: to travel. In his youth, he had envisioned exploring the world, experiencing different cultures, and meeting new people. Yet, life had taken its course, and those dreams had been shelved. Inspired by his own writings, Henry decided it was time to reignite that flame. He began researching destinations, planning itineraries, and daydreaming about the adventures that awaited him. His children, upon learning of his newfound passion, expressed concern. "Dad, we worry about you traveling alone. What if something happens?" They would implore, their protective instincts kicking in. However, instead of feeling disheartened, Henry found strength in their love. He understood their worries came from a place of care, yet he also recognized the importance of asserting his independence. "I appreciate your concern," he began one evening, "but I need you to understand that this is something I must do for myself." As he navigated through these conversations, Henry realized the significance of open dialogue. He began to express his feelings more candidly, articulating his desire for autonomy while reassuring his children that he was still the same devoted father they had always known. It was a delicate balance, one that required both vulnerability and strength. In doing so, he found that his relationship with his children deepened, as they began to see him not just as their father, but as an individual with dreams and aspirations. During this transformative journey, Henry also sought companionship among his peers. He joined a local senior center where he met individuals who shared similar experiences and ambitions. Through shared stories and laughter, he discovered that he was not alone in his quest for independence. There was a camaraderie among them, a mutual understanding of the challenges and joys that come with aging. Together, they formed a supportive community that encouraged one another to pursue their passions, whether it was painting, gardening, or traveling. In this environment, Henry met Martha, a spirited woman in her late 60s who had recently taken up salsa dancing. Her infectious enthusiasm inspired him. She often said, "Life is too short to sit on the sidelines. We must dance through it." Her words ignited a spark within him, and soon they were both exploring new activities together. They took cooking classes, attended art exhibitions, and even booked a weekend getaway to a nearby coastal town. Each experience was a reminder that life, even in its later stages, could be vibrant and fulfilling. As the seasons changed, so did Henry's outlook on life. He began to embrace the idea that aging was not an endpoint, but a new chapter filled with possibilities. He often reflected on the wisdom of poet Maya Angelou, who once said, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." With each new adventure, Henry felt a sense of renewal, as if he were rediscovering parts of himself that had long been dormant. However, the journey was not without its challenges. There were moments of doubt and fear, times when he questioned whether he was making the right choices. Yet, he learned to lean into those feelings rather than shy away from them. He understood that vulnerability was a strength, not a weakness, and that it was okay to seek support from those around him. Through his friendships and newfound community, he realized that asking for help was not a sign of failure, but an act of courage. As he prepared for his first solo trip, Henry felt a mix of excitement and apprehension. He meticulously packed his bags, ensuring he had everything he needed for the journey ahead. Thoughts raced through his mind. Would he be safe? Would he enjoy himself? But as he stood at the airport, ready to board the plane, he felt a surge of determination. This was his moment, a chance to reclaim his narrative and write a new story, one filled with adventure, discovery, and joy. As he stood at the airport, ready to board the plane, he felt a surge of determination. This was his moment, a chance to reclaim his narrative and write a new story, one filled with adventure, discovery, and joy. The anticipation of the unknown filled him with a sense of exhilaration that he hadn't felt in years. With each step towards the gate, he felt lighter, the burdens of his past slowly dissipating. On board the plane, as the cabin doors closed and the engines roared to life, Henry found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought him to this pivotal moment. He could still hear Martha's laughter echoing in his mind, a reminder that life was meant to be lived fully, not merely existed through. Her zest for life had encouraged him to break free from the confines of his fears and embrace the extraordinary. His destination was a small coastal town known for its stunning sunsets and vibrant local culture. Henry had always been drawn to the sea. It held a certain magic for him. He remembered childhood summers spent at the beach, the saltwater air mingling with the laughter of family and friends. This trip was not just a getaway. It was a pilgrimage back to those cherished memories and a step forward into his future. Upon arrival, he was greeted by the soft sound of waves crashing against the shore, a symphony of nature that filled his heart with peace. The sun hung low in the sky, casting a warm golden hue over everything. As he settled into his quaint bed and breakfast, Henry felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. He was not just a visitor in this place. He was a participant in life's grand
tapestry. His first day was filled with exploration.
Armed with a camera, he wandered through the charming streets, capturing moments that spoke to him, the colorful houses adorned with flower boxes, the elderly fisherman mending his nets, and the children playing in the sand. Each snapshot was a reminder that beauty exists in the simplest of things. He chatted with locals, their stories intertwining with his, each conversation adding another layer to his understanding of the world around him. One evening, while sitting on the beach, Henry witnessed a breathtaking sunset. The sky transformed into an artist's palette, brilliant hues of orange, pink, and purple, blending seamlessly. As he sat there, he felt a profound sense of connection, not just to the world, but to himself. This was the realization of his dream, the moment he had long yearned for. With the sun dipping below the horizon, he closed his eyes and took a deep breath, allowing the salty breeze to envelop him. Back at home, his children had been keeping up with his adventures through texts and phone calls. They expressed their support and excitement, and Henry could sense a shift in their perspective. They began to recognize that their father was not just an aging man in need of care, but a vibrant individual capable of living life on his own terms. This was a breakthrough, a testament to the power of communication and understanding. As the days turned into a week, Henry immersed himself in the local culture. He took cooking classes focused on seafood dishes, learning from a spirited chef who shared stories of her family's culinary traditions. Each meal prepared was not just food, but a connection to the past, a way to honor those who had come before him. In these shared moments, Henry found a sense of belonging, a reminder that he was part of a larger community. He also explored the local art scene, visiting galleries and meeting artists who poured their hearts into their work. One particular artist, a young woman named Clara, caught his attention with her vibrant paintings that depicted scenes from everyday life. Henry struck up a conversation with her, sharing his newfound passion for creativity. Clara, intrigued by his story, invited him to join a community art class. Hesitant but intrigued, he accepted, eager to explore this new avenue of expression. In that class, Henry found himself surrounded by individuals from all walks of life, each bringing their own stories and experiences to the canvas. Together, they painted not just with colors but with emotions, laughter echoing in the studio as they exchanged tips and techniques. Henry felt a sense of freedom in expressing himself through art, a medium he had long neglected. The strokes of his brush became a reflection of his journey, each piece a testament to his growth and resilience. As his trip came to a close, Henry felt a bittersweet twinge in his heart. He had created memories that would last a lifetime, but he also knew that returning home meant facing the realities of his daily life. Yet, he had changed. He was no longer just a man mourning his past, but a vibrant individual ready to embrace the future. Back home, Henry's children welcomed him with open arms, eager to hear about his adventures. He regaled them with tales of his experiences, showing them the photographs he had taken. They listened intently, their eyes wide with wonder as he narrated the moments that had brought him joy. The more he spoke, the more they began to recognize the importance of his journey, not just for him, but for them as well. Henry's story was no longer just one of grief and solitude. It had transformed into a narrative of hope, exploration, and independence. He encouraged his children to pursue their dreams, reminding them that it was never too late to embrace life's possibilities. The lessons he had learned became a bridge connecting their experiences, fostering understanding and respect. In the months that followed, Henry continued to pursue his passions, integrating art and music into his daily life. He joined a local band, rekindling his love for playing the guitar and sharing his music with others. The senior center became a hub of creativity, where he and his friends organized art shows and music nights that brought the community together. His bond with Martha deepened as well, evolving into a beautiful friendship filled with shared adventures and laughter. Together, they explored new hobbies, attended workshops, and even planned a group trip with their friends from the senior center. Their shared experiences became a testament to the joys of companionship, proving that life could still be rich and fulfilling, regardless of age. Through these moments, Henry became a beacon of inspiration for those around him. His story resonated with many, encouraging others to break free from societal expectations and embrace their own journeys. He often shared his philosophy: life doesn't stop at 70. It's just the beginning of a new adventure. As he reflected on his journey, Henry realized that the incredible thing about aging is not just about living longer, but about living fully. The lessons learned, the connections made, and the dreams pursued were what truly mattered. It was a legacy he hoped to pass on to his children, and anyone willing to listen, a reminder that age is merely a number, and the heart's capacity for adventure knows no bounds. The heart's capacity for adventure knows no bounds. Each day became an opportunity for Henry to embrace new experiences and to inspire those around him. As he stepped into the world with renewed vigor, he often found himself reflecting on the simple yet profound wisdom that life was a series of choices. And he was determined to make his count. One sunny afternoon, while attending a community fair, Henry stumbled upon a booth dedicated to volunteering. The sign read, "Make a difference, join us." Intrigued, he approached the table, where a warm-hearted woman named Linda greeted him. She spoke passionately about the various community projects aimed at helping those in need: soup kitchens, tutoring programs for children, and art classes for underprivileged youth. Her enthusiasm was contagious, igniting a spark in Henry. "I've always believed in the power of giving back,"
he said, his voice steady but filled with excitement. "How can I get involved?"
Linda's eyes lit up as she handed him a flyer. "We'd love to have you join our art classes for kids. Your background as a teacher would be invaluable, and your artistic flair could inspire these children more than you know." That evening, as he sat at his desk contemplating this new venture, Henry felt a sense of purpose bloom within him. Teaching had always been a passion, and now he had the chance to combine it with his love for art. He envisioned himself in the classroom, surrounded by eager young minds, sharing not just skills, but also the power of creativity to transform lives. The following week, Henry attended his first volunteer meeting. Surrounded by a diverse group of individuals, some young, some old, all with stories to tell, he felt an overwhelming sense of community. They shared their motivations for volunteering, and Henry listened intently, inspired by their dedication and compassion. As they brainstormed activities for the upcoming art classes, he felt a familiar spark of enthusiasm, reminiscent of his teaching days. When the first class began, Henry was filled with anticipation. The room was vibrant with colors, laughter, and the curious eyes of children eager to learn. Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to explore the world of colors and create our own masterpieces, he announced, his heart swelling with joy. As the children picked up their brushes and began to paint, Henry guided them, encouraging their creativity and celebrating their unique expressions. Each stroke on the canvas was a reflection of their individuality, and he cherished the moments when their imaginations ran wild. He watched as one little girl named Emily poured her heart into a landscape of swirling colors, her eyes shining with pride as she shared her vision with the class. "Look, it's my happy place," she exclaimed, beaming. Henry felt a warmth spread through him. Moments like these reminded him of the profound impact that art could have on a person's spirit. It wasn't just about creating. It was about building confidence, fostering connections, and allowing self-expression to flourish. As weeks turned into months, the art classes became a highlight of Henry's week. He developed meaningful relationships with the children, each one bringing their unique stories and perspectives. He learned that volunteering was not just about teaching, but about learning from the next generation, understanding their dreams and fears, and watching them grow. One day, as the class wrapped up, Henry noticed that Emily was unusually quiet. Concerned, he approached her. "Everything okay, Emily?" She looked down, her small hands fiddling with her paintbrush. "I don't think I'm good at this," she said softly. Henry knelt beside her, meeting her gaze. "Let me tell you something, Emily. Art isn't about being perfect. It's about expressing yourself. Your feelings, your thoughts, they matter. Your painting is beautiful because it's yours. Don't ever doubt that." Her eyes sparkled with a mixture of relief and gratitude. "Really? You think it's beautiful?" "Absolutely," he affirmed, smiling. "And I can't wait to see what you create next week." As she left, a smile graced her face, and Henry felt a surge of fulfillment. In guiding her, he realized that he was not just imparting knowledge. He was nurturing resilience and confidence, helping her navigate the world with a sense of pride in her artistry. Outside of the classroom, Henry's life continued to flourish. His bond with Martha grew deeper as they collaborated on community art projects and shared their experiences with one another. They began to host weekend workshops at the senior center, inviting others to explore their creativity through various mediums. The laughter and camaraderie they fostered brought joy not only to them but also to those who attended. One evening, as they sat together reflecting on their recent successes, Martha turned to Henry with a sparkle in her eye. "You know, I never imagined my life would be this vibrant at our age. It's like we're living for the first time," Henry chuckled, nodding in agreement. "Isn't it wonderful? We've been given this incredible opportunity to redefine what aging means. It's all about perspective, isn't it?" As they continued their conversation, they realized that their experiences were not just personal triumphs. They were part of a larger movement, a ripple effect that inspired others in their community to break free from the constraints of traditional expectations. Encouraged by their growing community, Henry and Martha initiated a monthly art showcase, inviting local artists, young and old, to display their work. The events celebrated creativity and connection, drawing people from all walks of life. They transformed the senior center into a vibrant hub of artistic expression, where stories were shared, friendships blossomed, and the joy of creation united everyone. With each passing month, Henry found himself more immersed in the community, receiving letters and notes from parents, praising his efforts and expressing gratitude for the positive impact he had on their children. He realized that the act of giving back had filled a void he didn't know existed. Reflecting on his journey, Henry understood that this chapter of his life was not just about personal growth, it was about legacy. He wanted to leave behind a world where creativity thrived, where age was celebrated, and where every individual felt empowered to pursue their passions, regardless of societal expectations. As Henry prepared for another solo trip, this time to a vibrant art festival, he felt a renewed sense of excitement. He had learned that adventure was not limited to far-off places. It could be found in every moment, every interaction, and every act of kindness. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind open to new experiences, he set out to explore yet again, ready to embrace whatever life had in store for him. And so the journey continued. Each day was a blank canvas waiting to be filled, with colors of joy, laughter, and connection. Henry's story was a testament to the belief that life, at any age, could be an adventure filled with purpose and passion, a beautiful tapestry woven from the threads of resilience, love, and the indomitable spirit of the human heart. As he prepared for another solo trip, this time to a vibrant art festival, he felt a renewed sense of excitement. He had learned that adventure was not limited to far-off places. It could be found in every moment, every interaction, and every act of kindness. With a heart full of gratitude and a mind open to new experiences, he set out to explore yet again, ready to embrace whatever life had in store for him. The art festival was a colorful explosion of creativity, showcasing talented artists from across the region. As Henry wandered through the various booths, he marveled at the diverse expressions of art paintings that told stories, sculptures that evoked emotions, and crafts that celebrated culture. He felt a sense of belonging amidst the artists and art lovers, all united by a shared passion for creativity. Henry struck up conversations with fellow attendees, exchanging ideas and insights about their artistic journeys. He met a young painter named Leo who was just starting out. Leo was passionate and eager, his enthusiasm infectious. "I want to make a difference with my art, just like you do with your classes," he said, his eyes shining with ambition. "Art has the power to inspire," Henry replied, recalling his own experiences in the classroom. "It can change lives, including your own. Keep pursuing that dream." The exchange left Henry invigorated, reminding him of the importance of mentorship and support. He offered to help Leo showcase his work at the Senior Center's next event, encouraging him to share his voice with the community. This connection was just another reminder of how, even at 72, he was still capable of influencing the lives of others, just as they influenced him. As the festival continued, Henry attended workshops and demonstrations, immersing himself in new techniques and ideas. He tried his hand at pottery, finding joy in molding the clay as it took shape under his fingers. Each creation felt like a reflection of his journey, the imperfections, the beauty, the uniqueness of it all. He felt a connection to the earth, a grounding experience that reminded him of the simple pleasures in life. Later that evening, as the sun set and the festival lights flickered to life, Henry found a quiet spot to sit and reflect. The vibrant colors of the festival blended into a beautiful display that painted the sky. He thought about the moments that had led him here, the loss, the rediscovery of his passions, the connections made, and he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. His phone buzzed in his pocket, interrupting his thoughts. It was a message from his children, checking in and expressing their excitement for his adventures. In that moment, he realized that he had not only rekindled his own spirit, but had also reignited the flames of connection with his family. They were proud of him, and that pride was mutual. As the festival drew to a close, Henry returned home with a heart full of inspiration. He was eager to share his experiences with his community, to continue fostering creativity and connection. The art classes at the Senior Center flourished, and Henry felt a renewed commitment to enriching the lives of those around him. In the classroom, he introduced new projects inspired by the festival, mixed media collages, pottery, and even collaborative murals. Each class became an exploration of self-expression, as the children learned to channel their emotions into their art. Henry watched in awe as they flourished, their laughter ringing through the room as they discovered the joy of creation. One afternoon, as they worked on a group mural, Henry noticed Emily was particularly focused. She was painting a beautiful tree, its branches stretching wide, filled with vibrant leaves. "This is my dream tree," she explained, enthusiasm radiating from her. "It represents all the things I want to be when I grow up." "Tell me more about it," Henry encouraged, kneeling beside her. "It's strong and colorful, just like me," she declared, her confidence shining through. Henry felt a swell of pride as he watched her express herself so freely. "You are strong and colorful, Emily. Never forget that." As the project progressed, the mural transformed into a tapestry of dreams and aspirations, each child contributing their unique vision. It became a symbol of their collective journey, a testament to the power of creativity and community. On the day they unveiled the mural, families gathered, and Henry beamed with pride as he watched the children explain their artwork to their parents. In that moment, he felt the full circle of his journey, the joy of teaching, the connection with his community, and the impact of creativity. The mural was not just a collection of paint and canvas. It was a representation of resilience, hope, and the beauty of generational connection. As the years rolled on, Henry continued to embrace life with open arms. He traveled to new places, met incredible people, and shared his passion for art and creativity. His bond with Martha deepened, and they often collaborated on projects, creating a vibrant partnership that enriched their lives. One day, while walking through a local park, Henry stumbled upon a group of children playing with paint splatter, their laughter filling the air. Inspired, he decided to organize a community art day, inviting families to come together and express their creativity. The event was a resounding success. Families gathered, laughter echoed, and the park transformed into a colorful canvas. In the years that followed, Henry became a beloved figure in his community, a mentor, a friend, and an advocate for the power of creativity. He often reflected on his journey, recognizing that age was merely a number, and life's adventures were limitless, regardless of when they began. Through his art, he inspired countless others to embrace their passions, pursue their dreams, and find joy in self-expression. He had become a living testament to the belief that it's never too late to start anew, to redefine what aging means, and to celebrate every moment as a beautiful gift. As he stood before the mural crafted by the children, now a cherished part of the community, Henry smiled, knowing that he had not only reclaimed his narrative, but had also inspired others to do the same. His heart swelled with pride, gratitude, and a profound sense of purpose. The journey of life, with all its twists and turns, had led him to a place of fulfillment, one where creativity, connection, and love flourished endlessly.